Good morning, everybody. I'm Rita Hickman, if you don't know who I am. I'm a body-mind expert and shiatsu massage therapist here in beautiful Northern Illinois. And thanks for joining me at one of my favorite views. I like to do my live streams out of my home in front of my big window to my backyard. So this is what I get to look out at most of the time. And I'm waiting for spring to be here so that all the tulips and daffodils that I planted in the backyard will start popping up. Hey Ronnie, good to see you. So today, this Monday, I wanted to start out this week kind of with a message of hope. Because what I've been seeing, what's been coming into my office lately, is women who feel lost, who are stuck, who feel helpless. Smart, creative, funny, interesting women who've just sort of lost their way. All of the things that they've always been able to do, power through an emotion or power through stress or just work harder or do a little bit more, or be a little bit more. All of those sorts of things aren't working anymore for people. They've helped us achieve what we've been able to achieve, but now as we're getting older, and the world's becoming more stressful and more technologically crazy, that all the tools and skills that we've used before in the past, hey Snow, all skills and tools we've used before in the past aren't working anymore. And so women are coming to me with health issues. Their doctors are taking them off of work. They're going in for surgery to handle things which their body could heal on its own, and then all of the complications and all of the recovery and all the side effects of those sorts of things. They're finding that they're alone, that they're in relationships with people who are insensitive and thoughtless and narcissistic. And this is becoming a really common sort of thing. It's becoming more the norm than it ever was before, of an adult population of women who feel helpless over how they feel, over their stress. You would think, if we're going to look at things theoretically, you would think that at this stage of our lives, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, that we'd have a good handle on how to handle this stuff, on how to navigate challenges, on how to let things go, on how to keep perspectives. But that's not happening. As a whole, we're starting to spiral down, and we're getting stuck in these feelings of stress and these feelings of helplessness. And when we're in that stress, when we're in the middle of it, we lose perspective and we have no idea what to do. And so we start going to doctors, and hopefully maybe they can help us with how we feel. We start seeing counselors and therapists. Hey, Kelly, maybe they can help us with how we feel. And we're looking for all of these things because we just feel so lost and incapable of dealing with what's going on inside of us, how we feel physically, mentally, emotionally, like our skin is crawling, or we have restless leg syndrome, or constant headaches or migraines, or our body always aches, and we just can't power through it anymore. So this is what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing it as a commonality, not just a seasonal thing, where winter comes and we all struggle. I'm seeing this year round, and I'm seeing it, on Facebook and with women, this feeling of, I don't know what to do anymore. So I'm here to tell you and give you a great message of hope. You do not have to be controlled by how you feel. The only thing that's missing are the tools and the skills and a couple new habits that will get you back on track. You don't have to, maybe you developed these great skills of just powering through, or getting angry, or speaking your truth, or all of these other things, which are very wonderful in small doses, but are becoming the norm. And then we're watching the coping skills we've always used starting to destroy everything that matters to us. And our relationships don't look good, and our kids are struggling, and we're in jobs that we hate, and our internal world is just sort of gray. It doesn't have to be that way. Women have been coping with higher levels of stress, I think, than but I'm prejudiced. with very high levels of stress for a long time. And there have been so many wonderful tools about how to take back your power, how to take back how you feel, that have been developed through so many different cultures. And we're in a great world now where we can really take, hey Geneva, where we can really take tools and we can take insights and traditions and therapies from all over the world that can help us take back that power of how we feel. So we do not have to destroy our lives being stressed. We don't have to destroy our health. More and more women are coming to me with their doctors taking them off of work because the stress is too high. And it does not have to be that way anymore. It really doesn't. So that's what this message is about today, is if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling lost, stuck, overwhelmed, helpless, you're watching things sort of fall apart around you and you don't know what to do, and you've been diving into your coping skills and doing more and more, and it's just made it worse, whatever it is, shopping or exercise or fighting or eating or drinking or distraction or busyness, all of it. If you're finding that you're doing those sorts of things, one of the first things you can do to feel better right now is find one thing that will interrupt your pattern of pain. Because if you can interrupt it, you will start to come back to your rationality and get perspective again. So Kelly says, I was told to notice how our body is feeling and not attach thoughts to it. Wait until the pain passes. Notice yourself, nurture yourself, and how to recognize it's our own perception causing us pain. Then heal the misperception and come back to peace. That's a beautiful, beautiful insight, Kelly. It really is. And what we've also found is that's no longer enough. Maybe it's enough in some situations, but for most women anymore, just changing our thoughts or changing even our perspective and our perception, it's one of the really beautiful, amazing tools, but it's not enough. Because we're coming at our life and our world anymore with dehydration, poor nutrition, too much salt, not enough sleep, constant pressures and anxieties from people who are angry around us, not enough nature. We're not getting, hey Rose, we're not getting the basic things that we need on a physical level, on an emotional level, on a mental level, that will get us out of this pattern. So this is what I'm finding, is that although changing our perception is an extraordinarily powerful tool, self-care is really important. It's a really powerful tool. It's not enough anymore. We're needing to learn the habits that we've put into our life, which are making us feel out of control. And when we start changing how we're getting our needs met to healthier choices, then we're able to find that perspective again, and we're able to see stress as a challenge, as something that helps us grow, instead of something that feels like it's destroying our life. So when you can find one thing right now that can do a pattern interrupt. Hey Dana, now one of the pattern interrupts that I use will be drinking water. Another pattern interrupt, hey Rosie, that I use is getting a massage. A third one is taking a walk outside in nature, if I can, with my bare feet. Those are all three really great pattern interrupts. People used to use naps, they would use, having a snack, and those are important too, because we are in this place of of the crushingness, the heaviness is starting to overwhelm everybody, and we cannot see our way out. So if you want to start to see your way out of this stress craziness that we're in, first thing you need to do is find something that gets you back to your rational, normal self, no matter what it may be. It could be a spa day, it could be a massage, it could be a talk with a good friend. Once you start doing those things to interrupt the pattern, your wisdom and your natural insight will start to come up. And you'll start to see, oh, I was dehydrated. Oh, it's because I've been watching too much TV. Or, oh, it's because I haven't been moving around enough. That's one of the beautiful things that happens after women have a session with me. They get up and they walk away, and they've got clarity and insight on the thing to do next. I've got a woman that I'm working with right now, and her doctor had taken her off of work for, I believe, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in order to stop. She was starting to have heart problems and starting to have really big problems, and felt paralyzed where she was at and couldn't change except just batten down the hatches and power through. When you start breaking that pattern, so she would come to me and at the end have the clarity, have the wisdom and the insight to make the changes and do the new choices that she needed to make. Hey, Ro, good to see you. You're welcome. Have the wisdom and the insight and the understanding and the power to make the changes that she needed to make. Because when we're in that fight or flight stage, when we're under that crushing amount of stress, we cannot see a way out. And we are disconnected and detached from, let's say, our higher power or our higher wisdom. At bare minimum, the things that we've learned to cope and survive to get to the age that we're at. So if you're feeling trapped, helpless, controlled, if your coping skills are not working, I want you to do something today. In fact, that's your homework. Do something today that will interrupt your habits and interrupt your patterns so that your mind will expand again and that you will see the wisdom that you've carried with you, that you've learned throughout the decades that you've been on this earth. You'll start to hear what your body's telling you that it needs. You'll start to feel what you need to feel so that that energy can move instead of building up. Okay? So I give you a ton of hope. If you feel lost, alone, stuck, whether it's a chronic health condition, whether it's overwhelming stress, whether it's really unhealthy coping skills, you don't have to be like that. There are so many tools which will fit for you, which will work for you, that you can bring into your life that will get you back to the person that you want to be. And if you never felt you were that person, if you feel that you've been under that constant chronic stress all of your life and you've never broken free, I'm giving you hope for that too. Because feeling like the powerful, capable, amazing, strong woman that you are is a matter of getting your needs met. And when you get your needs met, and when you make choices that feed you and fill you, instead of choices that deplete you and don't nurture you, when you make the right choices, you will be on top of the world again, no matter what your situation is. And you'll be able to navigate and see clear and understand what's going on and stop being controlled by how you feel. Okay? So we'll be doing stuff all week on ways to manage stress, ways to control how you feel and get back to that clarity and perspective that you need, ways to do those pattern interrupts. So I'm giving you hope that by the end of this week, you should have some really great tools in your toolkit that will help you get out of that cycle and out of that craziness of stress so that you can get back on top and doing the things that you need to be doing for yourself, for your family, for the people that you love, and for the world in general. You'll be able to, reach your highest good. So today, find a pattern interrupt. Do something, anything that's different from what you've already done that is nurturing, supportive, and loving. That's what I give to you. Do one thing that is outside of your pattern, outside of your norm, that is nurturing, kind, or loving, no matter what it may be. And start to notice that when you do that, your wisdom, your understanding, and your insight starts to flood back in, and you start gaining back control of your life. Okay? So that's your homework assignment. Hey, Diana, glad you're here. And Dav, too. That's your homework assignment. And by the end of this week, we're going to be in a much better place. So have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. Bye.